Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, we're here to see, who are we here to, oh, Kingston Trio. Are you ready to see the Kingston Trio? Yeah. I forgot for a minute. Who could forget the Kingston Trio? We've got a fabulous night ahead for you with some special guests. We think you're going to love it. This is a public television show that will probably air all the way into next March, but it has to be done now to get everything ready, and it will be a lot of fun, and you're a key part of it. So we'll tell you about that in just a minute. I'm Terrel Cass. I'm one of the producers. The other producer is Chip Miller. He's back in the back because if anything goes wrong, he's the one that makes it go wrong, not me. And so we keep him back behind the curtain back there. We love the Kingston Trio, and I want to introduce Bobby. Bobby, come out. Bobby Childress, Bob Shane's wife. Bobby has done so much. She makes everything happen. She is just a dynamite individual, and she works hard, I tell you. Thank you very much, Bobby. We also want to thank our good, those of you that have been in the Kingston Trio camp know George Jensen and Barry Spire. They are special people. They have really helped make this happen. Let's hear it for them, Barry and George. This is a television show, a television production. It's not a stage production, so it will stop and start a lot of times. And I think you will enjoy it once you get used to it, but it doesn't roll all at once. Sometimes we do songs over. Sometimes things repeat themselves over and over. It kind of reminds me of the burglar that broke into the house, and he got in the house, and there was the meanest, nastiest Doberman pinscher on the face of the earth. He was growling at him, and he backed him up against the wall, and the burglar just, oh, please, God, I'm sorry for everything I've done bad in life. Please, please let me out of here. And about then, he hears this voice. It says, Jesus is watching you. He goes, what is that? And he hears it again. Jesus is watching you. And he goes, what? And he looks up. There's a parrot in the cage. And the parrot says, Jesus is watching you. And he says it again several times. And the burglar says, oh, sure enough, the dog backs off. Dog quits growling at him, sits there, looks at him. And the burglar says, wow. And again, the parrot says, Jesus is watching you. He says, oh, you silly parrot. He says, can't you ever say anything else? Parrot says, sick 'em, Jesus. So that's what happens here tonight. If you don't help us with this, we'll sick 'em, Jesus. And the way we need you to help is we've got an audio man back there that's almost as nasty as that dog, and he wants to hear you clap really loudly. So let's try it one time. 1, 2, 3. This is a pretty good crowd, I tell you, but he wasn't ready. So we're going to try it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, gentlemen, let's go with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kingston Trio.
The sound technician said that was so good you don't have to clap the rest of the night. They'll just dub it in from that one. No, please do, please do, please. Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss your daddy rolling in your arms. Well, the sun's gonna shine on my back door someday. Yes, the sun's gonna shine
my back door someday. Then the wind from the river gonna blow all my troubles away. Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss your daddy rolling in your arms. Oh, I ain't got a nickel and I ain't got a lousy time. No, I ain't got a nickel and I ain't got a lousy time. I've got a long, long way to go till I've done my time.
It takes a hard-hearted woman to make a good time man feel bad. It takes a hard-hearted woman to make a good time man feel bad. 'Cause she makes him remember all the long, hard road that he's had.
Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss your daddy rolling in your arms. Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone.
It's so nice when you're working for family and friends. It really is. So nice to see you and the converted. You know, we're right across the street from that big round building, and people over the years who spend a lot of time in those top floors of that building have said, and it's been quoted, that that building was built by sales of Kingston Trio albums, folks. So all of you over the years who have bought Kingston Trio albums, you own a piece of that. And if you didn't join us on the first one, we're hoping you're going to be singing along. We're celebrating a 58-year music tradition, and you should know this one. If you don't, think of Spring Break 1959. We went one day, about a month ago, to have a little fun in Mexico. We ended up at a gambling spot where the liquor flowed and the dice were hot. So here we are in the Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to go our bail. So here we stay, 'cause we can't pay. Send our mail to the Tijuana jail.
We were shooting dice, breaking in the door. That's when I heard that whistle blow. We started to run when a man in blue said, "Senor, come with me, 'cause I want you."
So here we are in the Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to go our bail. So here we stay, 'cause we can't pay. Send our mail to the Tijuana jail. Just $500 will set me free, but I couldn't miss a penny if you threaten me.
I know 500
No sound like much, I'm just trying to find some
So here we are in the Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to go our way. So here we stay, 'cause we can't pay. Send our mail to the Tijuana jail. So here we are in the Tijuana jail. Ain't got no friends to go our bail. So here we stay, 'cause we can't pay. Send our mail to the Tijuana jail. Thank you. Thank you very much. Those of you that might have been around in those halcyon days of the 50s and the Purple Onion and the Hungry Eye and all that, there might be a few out there. We call it the Triacid period, folks. It was one of those early periods. And in the early days of the Kingston Trio, in fact, before there was a trio, there was a Kingston Quartet with a female singer. And she decided to pursue an acting career and left. The guy said, "Oh, what are we going to do now?" "Oh, I guess we're stuck with a trio." But for those of you, and not very many people did experience what the sound might have been like, we invited a young lady singer that we like an awful lot to give you just a taste of some of that and start to fill out the stage that's going to get more full. Please welcome Santa Christian.
This song was written by John Stewart, who was part of this group from 1961 to 1967.
Yeah.
And it was co-written by John Phillips, the founding papa of the Mamas and the Papas. Well, I was asking John one day, because John is a gifted, extremely talented songwriter, prolific songwriter, and I said to him, "How did you come to write all of those songs, but in particular, this next song?" And he said, "Well, one evening while living in Sausalito, my good friend John Phillips came over to my apartment, and we were looking out the window, and we saw a window box in which something very odd seemed to be growing."
You didn't need a prescription then, folks.
It was blocking our view, so we got out a pair of scissors and we snipped it down. Somehow, it caught on fire. We found ourselves a few hours later in the middle of Sausalito Bay in a rowboat. About halfway through the evening, we lost our oars. But as the morning tide pushed us ashore somewhere near Tiburon, we had actually written this song.
I'm going where them chilly winds don't blow. Gonna find a true love, that is where I want to go. Out where them chilly winds don't blow. I'll sing you a song, sing it soft and low. Sing it for you, baby, and then I'll have to go out where them chilly winds don't blow.
Wish I were a headlight on a westbound train. I'd shine my light on Colorado
Santa Christian.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Limeliters.
Over here. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. We're thrilled and delighted to be here celebrating the music and the legacy of our good friends, the Kingston Trio. Let's do one of the oldies.
You got it.
I am a weary and a lonesome traveler. I am a weary and a lonesome traveler. I am a weary and a lonesome traveler. I've been a traveling on. I traveled near and I have traveled yonder. I traveled near and I have traveled yonder. I traveled near and I have traveled yonder. I've been a traveling on. I've traveled cold and I have traveled hungry, Lord. I've traveled cold and I have traveled hungry, Lord. I've traveled cold and I have traveled hungry, Lord. I've been a traveling on. And I've traveled in the mountains, traveled down in the valley, Lord. I've traveled in the mountains, traveled down in the valley, Lord. I've traveled in the mountains, traveled down in the valley, Lord. I've been a traveling on. And I've traveled with the rich and traveled with the poor. I've traveled with the rich and traveled with the poor. I've traveled with the rich and traveled with the poor. I've been a traveling on. One of these days I'm gonna stop all my traveling. One of these days I'm gonna stop all my traveling. One of these days I'm gonna stop all my traveling. Stop all my traveling on. Gonna keep right on traveling on that road to freedom. Gonna keep right on and traveling on that road to freedom. Gonna keep right on and traveling on that road to freedom. Gonna keep right on traveling on.
This is one of those times, you remember the parrot? This is where we stop and do a little things here. About 2 minutes.
No, I should be. Technical adjustments. Okay, I can see. Okay. So we'll start over from the top then, and you were great. No, just kidding. Yeah, we're okay when you are. Okay, good. No. We got in a little trouble last night because we started too quick. We have to wait until the technicians are completely ready. So if you want to adjust your hearing aids or anything like that, now's a good time to do that. Okay, here we go. There we are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Kingston Trio is well known throughout its history to have been the group that sang songs about men who were hung.
No, George, no. Hanged.
For an erection lasting more than 4 hours, call your doctor and a film crew.
This next song is one of those songs. No, it's not that one. We'll be getting to that later. This song was written by Mary John Wilkins, the first wonderful songwriter and the first lady to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. And she wrote this song about a young man who did something terribly wrong. And after he had done that, he had a spiritual awakening. And he did something so right, so proper, so good. And what did they do to reward him for that? They hung him. 10 years ago, on a cold, dark night, there was someone killed neath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, but they all agreed the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The judge says, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die. I spoke not a word, though it meant my life, for I'd been in the arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night wind wails. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The scaffold was high and eternity near. She stood in the crowd and shed not a tear. But sometimes at night, when the cold wind moans in a long black veil, she cries on my bones. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night wind wails. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Nobody knows but me. Nobody knows but me.
Thank you. George Grove.
We're going to take a very short break now. As you know how this happened, some of you that were here last night, these breaks are not as short sometimes, but it'll be edited out. So this is a very good chance to meet your neighbor, say hi, turn to the person on your left, turn to the person on your right, introduce yourself, ask to borrow some money, and we'll be right back.
This is only a 2-minute, 3-minute break. Great job. Great job.
4 minutes.
How many?
7 more minutes.
We warned you it was quick.
Wasn't that quick? They broke into discussion groups.
Informal seminars.
Sit straight in on the music when we're here. Okay, straight in on the music. Here we go.
Some to the rivers and some to the sea, some to the soil that our fathers made free, then on to the stars and the heavens for to see. This is the new frontier. This is the new frontier. Let the word go forth from this day on. A new generation has begun, born to the task to keep us free, proud of the rights of the home country. This is the
frontier. This is the new frontier. Some to the rivers and some to the sea, some to the soil that our fathers made free, then on to the stars and the heavens for to see. This is the new frontier. This is the new frontier.
Let us begin, for it shall take long. Let every man sing a freedom song, but not for ourselves that we make this stand. Now it's the world and the freedom of man.
This is the new frontier. This is the new frontier.
The day will come, it's got to be the day that we may never split, but man for man and town for town must bring the peace that shall resound.
This is the new frontier. This is the new frontier. Some to the rivers and some to the sea, some to the soil that our fathers made free, then on to the stars and the heavens for to see. This is the new frontier. This is the new frontier.
Thank you very much. Thanks indeed. We were on the road for 58 years. This group has been on the road for 58 years, folks. Non-stop. And the three of us have only been 10 of it, but we are the longest existent lineup of the Kingston Trio in history. We're kind of proud of that. We were, thank you. We were traveling, it was a couple of years ago, it seems like, but maybe longer, who knows. And we went by, we were going on a long drive, and we saw one of those Borders bookstores. Remember them? Exactly. And we pulled in because we knew we could get a cup of coffee. They always had a Starbucks in there, you know, and desperate. And back on the way to the back, we saw a huge section of books. And now you see, though the bookstores are disappearing, the subject matter is taking over. And on this shelf at the top it said, teenage paranormal romance. I thought, you know, when we were kids, we had to look for this kind of stuff, and there it is everywhere. So the kids are all into this now. It's Twilight Saga, vampire, zombie, bloodlust, banshee, love circle, all that and more, you know. So naturally, the Kingston Trio is well ahead of the curve because we had something that now the kids are starting to discover, a song of ours. It's become retro, and they like it. So we're going to have to do that. And I mean, basically, we figure if teenagers want to make love with dead people, that's probably good news for us all. You know what I mean?
Just in case there may be some fearful people out there, afraid that we might attract a few of the walking dead. Have no fear, because in my hands, I have the zombie killer banjo. Zombies, saw blades, and death to the zombies.
Do the thing, man.
Well, now.
Back to back, belly to belly, well I don't give a damn cause I'm gonna get ready. Back to back, belly to belly at the zombie jamboree. Oh, zombie jam.
Belly to
All right, sorry about that. Let's do take number 2. Ready?
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Well, now.
Back to back, belly to belly, well I don't give a damn cause I'm done and already. Back to back, belly to belly at the zombie jamboree. That's the chorus. Back to back, belly to belly, well I don't give a damn cause I'm done and already. Back to back, belly to belly at the zombie jamboree. cemetery, zombies from all parts of the island. Some of them were big Calypsonians, and 'cause the season was carnival, they got together in Bacchanal, and they did it back to back, belly to belly. Well, I don't give a damn 'cause I done that already. Back to back, belly to belly at the zombie jamboree. One female zombie wouldn't behave. She said that she wants me for her slave. In one hand she's holding a quart of wine, with the other she's saying that she'll be mine. Oh, I'm telling you folks, I had to run. The husband of a zombie ain't no fun. I said, oh no, my turtle dove, an old bag of bones I could not love. You know they do it back to back, belly to belly. Well, I don't give a damn 'cause I'm done that already. Back to back, belly to belly at the zombie jamboree. Right then and there she raised her feet. She said, I'm gonna catch you now, my sweet. I'm gonna make you call me sweetie pie. I said, oh no, get back, you lie. She said, just you wait and see. After you kiss this dead zombie. I never seen such a horror in me life. Could you imagine me with a zombie wife? Back to back, belly to belly. Well, I don't give a damn 'cause I'm done dead already. Back to back, belly to belly at the zombie jamboree. Oh, some more hits. Back to back, belly to belly. Well, I don't give a damn 'cause I'm done dead already. Back to back, belly to belly at the zombie jamboree. Whoa! Order it online.
Of course, when the Kingston Trio started out, it was going to be something radically different to pop music. The first Afro-Calypson, acid, surf, punk, cowboy, reggae, jazz, folk, blues band. And the guys across the street said, you know, we think you're folk singers, and here's your check. Had it been today, it would have been world music, and this is an example.
Yes, the Kingston Trio did a lot of songs that had foreign language in them. And it was easy in the beginning because they started out with some of those wonderful Hawaiian and Tahitian songs. And of course, Bob and Dave, being from Hawaii, knew the lingo. Well, they expanded their repertoire by including songs from Africa, Maori war chants, songs from Western Europe, a little English madrigal, and that strange little foreign song from the mountains of North Carolina. Well, a few years ago, we began getting requests for this next song. And we just kind of ignored the request because nobody in the group spoke French. So the requests continued, of course, to come in for this song. And we thought, well, we've got to do something. Let's take the original record over to the local high school and let the French teacher spin it for us, tell us what is being said, and tell us how to pronounce it. She called us up the next morning and said, it's not going to work out, guys. The best I can come up with in the translation is, the cow is blue and in the big cheese. So we put the song away. Then we got the inspiration to go get a songbook, thinking, aha, it's going to be written down for us. So we got the songbook, we flip over the pages to the song, and right there where the French is supposed to be, in parentheses, it says, fake the French. Put the song away one more time. Finally, 10 years ago, we acquired the services on the far right of Mr. Rick Dougherty, who does speak perfect French. Now we are able to perform this song for you in its complete and unexpurgated form. So please, if you will, imagine it is a warm spring night. You are in Gay Paris, the city of lights, the city of love.
Where no one uses underarm deodorant.
Easy to imagine up here, folks, I'll tell you that.
A young man goes to Paris, as every young man should. There's something in the air of France that does a young
strawberries, the good wines we brew. Here's to the girls of the countryside, the ones we drink up to.
The Paris nights are warm and fair, the summer winds blow soft. A young man finds the face of love in every field and loft.
In every field and loft.
Ah, les fraises et les framboises et les bons vins que avons nous.
Fra la 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 la. Raspberries, strawberries, the good wines we brew. Here's to the girls of the countryside, the ones we drink unto.
An old man returns to Paris, as every old man must. He finds the winter winds blow cold, his dreams have turned to dust.
His dreams have turned to dust. His dreams have turned to dust.
Ah, les fraises et les framboises et les bons vins que avons nous.
Fra la 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 la. Raspberries, strawberries, the good wines we brew. Here's to the girls of the countryside, whom we must bid adieu.
Merci bien. Vichy soir.
Only Mitt Romney could understand. The 1963 was a very pivotal year for this group. A lot went on, and it was just after Jon Stewart had joined the group. He was new to the group, and in fact, during that year, they were invited to film a pilot for a TV series. And the idea was, it was a working title of Young Men in a Hurry. Three guys that shared an apartment, and they liked to play music. They had jobs, and they played gigs, and they got into strange little quirky situations. And so they filmed the pilot, went on the road, didn't think about it. About 6 months later, they get the call from Hollywood. Hey, it's a goer. We want to be in the business with young men in a hurry. How about that, guys? And they said, we'll need you in Los Angeles next March for 9 months filming. Now, at this point, this was the highest paid grossing concert act on the planet, working more than 300 nights out of the year. And they said, let me see, 300 times, what are we going to get? Oh, scale and repeats. Oh, well, so they turned it down. And sure enough, about 6 months later in the LA variety magazines, a little ad ran which said, wanted actor, singer, musicians to form quirky group for television project. And the Monkees was born. Jon Stewart did pretty good out of the Monkees as well, writing Daydream Believer, among others. And in 1963, it was the year of our last big hit on a song. Now, one of the nice things about doing a special like this is you get to invite people that you really like and you've sung with over the years to come and be your guest. So that's what we did. Please welcome Barry McGuire.
I understand that you've worked this room before.
Yes, and 49 years ago, I was in this room. The stage wasn't here, and there were tables. And Larry Knechtel was sitting here playing the piano. And the Grassroots were behind me. And right over here, there was a platform with Michelle Phillips, John Phillips, Denny Doherty, and Cass Elliot, the Mamas and Papas, were my backup singers. They hadn't done their first album yet, you know. But I'll tell you what's so cool about this for me, you know. is this tune we're going to do right now. I wrote with a couple of my friends, and I never dreamed that someday I'd get to sing it with these three guys. So we'll just give it a go, and you probably know the words, so just feel free to help us out, okay? That's what folk music is all about.
That's it. We'll follow you, man.
Everybody go. You know that some people say I'm a no-count. Some people say I'm no good. Yeah, but I'm just a natural born traveling man. I do what I think I should. Oh boy, I do what I think I should. Come on with us now, this is your turn. I said I don't give a damn about a greenback dollar. Spend it as fast as I can. Yeah, the way this song and a good guitar, the only thing that I understand. Oh boy, the only thing that I understand. When I was a little baby, my mama told me, son, you gotta go where you will and grow to be a man. Do what has to be done, poor boy. I sing what has to be sung. Here we go again, everybody. I said I don't give a damn about a greenback dollar. Spend it as fast as I can. It's the way this song and a good guitar, the only thing that I understand. Oh yeah, it's the only thing that I understand. People know that I am a grown man. I travel here and there. You know, a bottle of brandy and a good guitar, the only things that care. That's right, I said the only damn things that care. Come on, here we go, last time. Said I don't give a damn about a greenback dollar. Spend it as fast as I can. Yeah, the way this song and a good guitar, the only thing that I understand. That's right, it's the only thing that I understand. Let's sing it one last time. Come on, everybody, last time. I said I don't give a damn about a greenback dollar. Spend it as fast as I can. Yeah, the way this song and a good guitar, the only thing that I understand. That's right, the only thing that I understand. Oh yeah, the only thing that I understand. One last time, the only thing that I understand.
Thank you, Mr. Barry McGuire. Clear to roll. We got one more. And this is a Woody Guthrie song. Thank you very much. We like to do one every show. Thanks, Woody, for your kids, and now your grandkids are giving us great music. It's a family dynasty that will live on. And the one we get collared with or remembered for the most is the story of the sinking of the Reuben James. Know it all? Yeah. We want some help on the choruses on this one. Needless to say, this was before we entered World War II, October of 1941, when an escort destroyer was torpedoed off the coast of Iceland by a German submarine. And Congress, in its wisdom, was debating still 5 weeks later whether or not that would bring us into the war when Pearl Harbor happened. Woody said, let's not forget those guys. They were the first ones to lose their lives on our side in World War II, and took one of folks' most endearing melodies out of Wildwood Flower and just told the story.
Have you heard of a ship called the Good Reuben James, armed by hard-fighting men, both of honor and of fame? She flew the stars and stripes of the land of the free, but tonight she's in her grave to the bottom of the sea. Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? Oh, tell me
what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the good Reuben James?
100 men went down to their dark and watery grave. When that good ship went down, only 44 were saved. It was the last day of October when they saved the 44 from those dark and icy waters off that cold Iceland shore.
Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend from the good Reuben James? Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the good Reuben James?
It was there in the dark of that cold and watery night. They watched for the U-boat and waited for a fight.
Then a whine and a rock and a great explosion roar.
They laid that Reuben James on the cold Atlantic floor.
What were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the good Reuben James? Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the good Reuben James?
So many years have passed since that great ship went down, and the cold, icy waters, they're still and they're calm. So many years have passed, but still I wonder why the worst of men must fight, and the best of men must die. Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the good Reuben James? Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the good Reuben James?
Oh, the Kingston Trio. We've got a great second act coming up, everybody, and you are a fabulous audience. Thank you. You've got 20 minutes to get sloshed here, if that's what you're...
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kingston Trio. It's us. No talk. We'll go straight into it. Okay? Ready?
Yeah. Just a singing. Sail away.
singing.
Ooh, sail away. Ooh, sail away.
When we made Trinidad was when I met Marty. Don't you know we started singing.
Sail away. Ooh, sail away.
Now all you sporting lads who want to go sporting, pray mark ye well what I do say. Don't trust them brown-skinned gals, they'll be your misfortune. You'll be a sailing to your dying day. Everybody,
Ooh, sail away. Ooh, sail away.
once again now.
Ooh, sail away. Ooh, sail away.
Thank you, Santa Christian, once again. That's one of those great old sea shanties. And Santa's the cabin boy with us tonight, so we're happy about that. And that was a special request. So thank you very much, Mr. Special. And some say it might have been not exactly politically correct, and we want you to know that it doesn't reflect the views of any of the members of this group or public television. Is that all right? Good. We're going to do a song from our new album, in fact. Recently released, and we've been going around the country with it for just a couple of years, and we're getting a lot of requests from songs from that as well as the old songs. And this is, in fact, the title track to the album, which is called Born at the Right Time. And we really think we kind of were, really, no matter what you say. It hasn't been a bad old life. We've had a good run with it all. And we hope you like this song, too, and hope you like the album. Watch out. Oh, it's already out now because we're on television. Oh, I'm sorry. The video just came out 6 months ago, or in 2 months, depending on whether you're here or whether you're watching on TV, okay? The great track, written by a writer named Billy Mitchell. Do we know him? No? Oh, yes, great. You were here last night, you cheaters. Ready, 2, 3, yo. Young men's hopes are dashed to hell. It's hard to earn a dime. They're kicking their heels and revving their wheels, searching for a better time. For me, I'm kicking into my prime, 'cause I was born at the right time. Old men's thoughts are in the past, their future holds no store. Their lives are left in tatters, fighting someone else's war. I wasn't party to that crime, 'cause I was born at the right time. And now I'm living on the coastline, came up from the breadline, and now I'm drinking the good wine. Go fishing in the summertime, sleep all day if I have a mind, 'cause I was born at the right time. I want no part of being young, don't want the wisdom of a sage. While there are songs still to be sung, new words to grace the page, a better age I'll never find, 'cause I was born at the right time. Now I'm living on the coastline, I came up from the breadline. Now I'm drinking the good wine, I go fishing in the summertime, sleep all day if I have a mind, 'cause I was born at the right time. And so I'm hoping that we'll all see better days. My secret feeling is I'm happy in my ways. An inner smile comes on me thinking of the past. But I won't sigh for
days gone by, now is where I'm at. Now I'm living on the coastline, I came up from the bread line. Now I'm drinking the good wine, I go fishing in the summertime. Sleep all day if I have a mind, 'cause I was born at the right time. Born at the right time. Born at the right time. Thank you. Very much. Thank you. And if you pledge at the $100 level, you will get a copy of that album, as well as an autographed picture of the Getty Museum. You'll want to have that. Do we have any Scots in tonight? They were here last night. Okay, good to see you. Whether I mentioned last night or not, I had the good pleasure to spend 20 years in the United Kingdom. I won't say on what charges, but I had a great time over there, traveled around, and I got to know the Scots very well. And the Scots are the finest, bravest, best, true, good friends that you could have are the Scottish people. Absolutely wonderful. I was there quite a lot in the 1980s, and in that time in particular, times were very hard in Scotland. For example, Glasgow was the center of the UK shipbuilding industry. They closed the shipbuilding yards. They can get them cheaper somewhere else. So there's a lot of unemployment, a lot of hard times in Scotland. As it would happen, coincidentally, at this time, they started opening up the North Sea oil industry, and they needed heavy metal workers to go out and work on the oil rigs. So what better place to recruit than the Glasgow shipping yards? Here we are one morning, the guys there says, "Aye, we're looking for guys who are tough. Are you tough, Jimmy?" And Jimmy stands up and says, "Oh, I'm tough. I was welding on the hull of a ship one morning, and a sheet of iron broke free from above it. It came and it chopped my arm off. So I picked it up. I took it to the infirmary, had it stitched back on. I was back on the job in the afternoon." So he says, "All right, Jimmy, you're our boy. You show up Monday morning. We got work for you, right?" He says, "Aye, right." Anyway, here's one for the Scots.
Well, I'm not gonna brag, but I've been courting all my life. They consider me a roguish lad, especially for my size.
And with you, and with you, and with you, Jenny Glenn, I'll take you down to Glasgow town and dance you home again. And with you, and with you, and with you, Jenny Glenn, I'll take you down to Glasgow town and dance you home again.
Now Jenny'd come a-calling while there was still some light. I'd sit her down with a pull or two, she'd stay most all the night. I'd put my arms around her and then I'd bar the door. There'd be laughing and some squealing like you'd never heard before.
And with you, and with you, and with you, Jenny Glenn, I'll take you down to Glasgow town and dance you home again. And with you, and with you, and with you, Jenny Glenn, I'll take you down to Glasgow town and dance you home again.
Now there's lots of girls that like me and they're pretty, heaven knows. But there's something about my Jenny that keeps me on my toes. She'll tickle me and tease me till I can hardly moan. And she'll light out a-running and I'll chase her halfway home.
And with you, and with you, and with you, Jenny Glenn, I'll take you down to Glasgow town and dance you home again. And with you, and with you, and with you, Jenny Glenn, I'll take you down to Glasgow town and dance you home again.
Well, she wouldn't come to see me for about a year or more. She'd do it just to tease me, 'cause she knew it made me sore. So I'd do me some drinking till the jug was getting dry. I'd go looking for my Jenny with the mean look in my eye.
And with you, and with you, and with you, Jenny Glenn,
I'll take you down to Glasgow town and dance you home again. And with you, and with you, and with you, Jenny Glenn, I'll take you down to Glasgow town and dance you home again.
Thank you very much. We did one song already from the new album, and I could sense the excitement running through the crowd. And just thinking, can we have another one, please? Thank you. We're very happy that our producer of Born at the Right Time, our album, John Jacobs, is in residence here tonight. Thank you, John, for making our dreams come true. Here's a good one.
Okay. If we look a little damper and a little less put together now than before, our makeup artists had to go home. They told us that between Barry McGuire and me, they ran out of anti-glare makeup. So they're gone. Here's a song that was written by a very dear friend of ours. His name is George Wurzbach. And George, like all of us, grew up in that folk era, knowing full well that he was going to become an adult, a folk singer, a banjo player, and he was going to make $1 million.
Best way to make $1 million as a banjo player, start with $2 million.
Well, George knew he needed a day job, so for the past 30-some years, he's been a professor of music at Monmouth University in New Jersey. But he's continued to write wonderful songs, and he gave us this one. Well, actually, we stole it, but if he's listening on public television, he gave it to us. It's a song that, you know, when you wake up in the morning, if you've gotten to a certain age, and you wake up and the first thing you do in the morning is you look in the mirror, your first thought may be something like mine, which is, I'm sure glad wrinkles don't hurt. You know? But by having arrived at that age, you know quite well that you have survived, that you have made it through those formative years, and that you have become a person who can use good judgment. And that's because for all those other years, you were using bad judgment. But you learn from it, and that's what this song is about. It tells us that no matter what happens to us in life, there's always a better way of looking at things. It's called A Much Better View of the Moon.
It's not what you're thinking.
I used to walk through the school, cautious and oh so serious. Yeah, the life I was living was nearly a near-death experience. But I changed my story when I finally saw where I was and where it was at. And now I'm alive, I let destiny drive, and I'm stretching out in the back. If I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. In the vastness of space, the ever-expanding universe, we are all puny specks of galactic dust here on Mother Earth. Now I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach ya, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense and you surely will live an uncommonly have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Now I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach ya, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense and you surely will live an uncommonly sensible life. If you lose your job, sleep till noon. If the news is bad, watch cartoons. And if your house burns down, you'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. If I lose my job, I'll sleep till noon. If the news is bad, I'll watch cartoons. And if my house burns down, I have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Yeah, a much better view of the moon.
Thank you, George Grove. For a little jamming here. You know, we used to jam around a little bit. And I think we should try some of that. We used to do quite a lot of Latino music, in fact. We got a lot of airplay south of the border. But we have to be honest these days. Our Espanol is no bueno. I think we're going to need a little help to pull this off. Hey, wait a minute. What luck? Hey, wait a minute. We got too much help here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Trini Lopez.
Necesito un poquito de gracia, una poquita de gracia y otra cosita. Y arriba y arriba, arriba y arriba y arribiré. Por ti seré, por ti seré. Sing it, guys. Baila, bamba, baila, bamba, baila, bamba, baila, bamba. Yo no soy marinero, no. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán. Soy capitán, soy capitán. En mi casa me dicen el inocente, porque tengo muchacha ya 15, 20, y arriba y arriba, arriba y arriba y arribiré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Do it again, everybody. Baila la bamba. Let me hear. Baila la bamba. Baila la bamba. Necesito una poquita de gracia a bailar. Yo quiero bailar la bamba. Vamos a bailar la bamba.
muchachita, muy bonita. A bailar, a bailar, a bailar la bamba. Vamos a bailar, vamos a bailar, a bailar la bamba. All right, everybody, let me hear you now. Bamba, bamba, hey. Bamba, bamba, hey. Bamba, 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 bailar. Bamba, bamba, bailar. Bamba, bamba, bailar la bamba. Bamba, bamba, a bailar. Everybody, let me hear you. Come on. Do it. Woo. One more time, guys. Hey. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Trini Lopez.
How about a hand with the guys? Aren't they great? The Kingston Trio.
You have been the greatest and most patient of audience, and we got so excited during that last song that we have to change our shirts. So give us just a couple minutes.
We have about a 3 or 4 minute break right here. We'll be back with the really top-notch couple of songs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to start the very special part of our show. Isn't this television fun?
Okay, class, are we seated and ready? It's been a great opportunity this to celebrate 58 years of Kingston Trio music that started right here across the street and went all around the world. And there is one reason that 58 years later this band still exists. One man had the foresight to believe that this was more than just a passing pop fad. This was a really important part of American music. And he's the one that worked all of his life to keep it all together, and now it works for him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bob Shane.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was taught very early in my life to remember one thing in life, any one thing. Scotch and soda, buy me a ride. Baby, do I feel high or be? Oh my. Do I feel high? Dry martini, jigger and gin. Oh, what a spell you got me in. Oh my. Do I feel high?
think that I'm just bragging. I could feel way I do, still be on the way. All I need is one of your smiles, the sunshine of my eyes will be, oh my. Do I feel high under the kite and fly? Give me loving, baby, I feel high. Out of 350 songs that we recorded over the years, I have 17 in particular that I've sung 25,000 times. This is real. 17 songs, 25,000 times. And once in a while, remember them.
I was thinking 2 cents a cut. Let me see. I don't know.
And they're all staring at me.
What happens when you got the banjo? Yeah. And the hits just keep on coming.
Throughout history, there have been many songs written about the Eternal Triangle. This next song tells the story of a beautiful woman, a Mr. Grayson, and a condemned man named Tom Dooley. When the sun rises tomorrow, Tom Dooley must hang.
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Oh boy, you're bound to die. I met her on the mountain where I took her life. Met her on the mountain, stabbed her with my knife. All together now. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry, boy. Well, hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Oh, boy, you're bound to die. This time tomorrow, reckon where I'll be. Bedford Grayson, I'd have been in Tennessee. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry, oh boy. Well, hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Oh boy, you're bound to die. This time tomorrow, reckon where I'll be. Down in some lonesome valley, hanging from a white oak tree. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry, oh boy. Well, hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Oh boy, you're bound to die. Oh well, now boy, hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry.
Thank you, Bob Shane.
Thank you very much.
See you all later somewhere.
I'm sure.
That's Bob Shane. Did you like it? Oh, okay. Thank you. We are lucky we have the best boss in showbiz, folks. And a ton of fun job. It's a great one indeed. You know, we're doing, of course, tribute to a lot of the early music of the group, and there's no way to avoid it. There's one great song that Nick Reynolds sung to death so many times, and we wanted to find a way to really bring it forth and bring it back to life. So we had a Nick Reynolds lookalike contest. We had a lot of submissions, and we're proud to introduce the winner of the Nick Reynolds lookalike contest, his son, Josh Reynolds.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bill, for that wonderful introduction. That's my dad up there in red. For those of you who don't know who he is, and I have a feeling you probably do. What a special night it's been. The last couple of days have been absolutely magical. And before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to just thank Terrel Cass and Chip Miller for putting on an amazing show. It's a lot of work. Please give a round of applause for Terrel Cass and Chip Miller. I really do have to come out of my shell. I'd like to introduce a very special couple of men to me, besides the ones on my left and right. I'd like to take a moment, if you will direct your attention towards the middle of the back. I'd like to introduce my brothers from a different father, Jason Shane and Brandon Shane.
Yeah.
Please stand up and take a bow. Stand up, boys. Stand up. Thank you very much. Those two boys are my brothers.
Here, here.
And I'm not gonna, don't worry, Jason, I'm not gonna ask you to come up, and I'm gonna expect you to sing along with everybody. I love you. This next song, MTA, as Bill so adequately put it, was a song that obviously was my dad's signature song, and there's a little story behind the song. When I was a wee lad, I asked him one day, I said, well, you know, if Charlie only needed another nickel, why didn't his wife put a nickel in the sandwich when the train came running through? He kind of thought of me and said, well, but then the song would be over. That's about the extent of my Kingston Trio trivia.
And then he returned. Yes, he returned.
Yeah, yes, he returned. So it's a very, very, very special song, and my dad had a favorite sayings. I can't say that one.
Not with ladies here.
One of my favorites is, have another glass of wine. I want to know your secrets. But the one that's really most appropriate for tonight is about the music, and he had something that he felt very strongly about, and I hope you'll participate with me in this. And he liked to say, everybody sings. So please, if you know the words, if you can remember the words, if I can remember the words, please sing along with this song with us for my dad, for your dad, for these dads, and for Bob Shane. Sing along with me. We're going to do MTA. Close? Close?
These are the times that try men's souls. In the course of our nation's history, the people of Boston have rallied bravely whenever the rights of men have been threatened. Today, a new crisis has arisen. The Metropolitan Transit Authority better known as the is attempting to levy a burdensome tax on the population in the form of a subway fare increase. Citizens, hear me out. This could happen to you.
Well, let me tell you the story of a man named Charlie on a tragic and fateful day. He put 10 cents in his pocket, kissed his wife and family, went to ride on that MTA. Everybody.
Did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned.
Charlie handed in his dime at the Scully Square station, and he changed for Jamaica Plain. When he got there, the conductor told him one more nickel. Charlie couldn't get off of that train.
Ain't that a shame? Oh, did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned.
He may ride
Forever neath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned.
Well, all night long, Charlie rides to the station crying, what will become of me? How can I afford to see my sister in Chelsea or my cousin in Roxbury?
But did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned.
Poor old Charlie.
He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned.
Charlie's wife goes down to Scully Square station every day at 2:15. And through the open window she hands Charlie that sandwich as that train came rumbling through.
Have a bite. But did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned.
Take it! Fingers never leave his hands. Well, the citizens of Boston, it's a scandal how the people have to pay and pay. Fight the fare increase, vote for George O'Brien and get Charlie off that MTA.
Do it today, or else he'll never return. No, he'll never return, and his fate will be unlearned.
Right here, Charlie
He
Carter.
may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned.
One more time!
He never returned, no, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned.
Oh, yeah!
He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's a man who never returned. He's the man who never returned. He's the man who never returned.
Hey, to Charlie.
What a thrill, Josh Reynolds.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you. And thank you very much. You've been very kind. We got a few more we'd love to share with you. And I don't know if you heard this remarkable piece of factoid, but the state of Washington led the vanguard recently by legalizing same-sex marriage and marijuana on the same day. Says in the Bible, if a man lies with another man, he should be stoned. So, that's just a filler. They'll be showing the commercials over this. Don't worry. It's gone. Don't worry. Genuine piece of California history coming at you here, just like us, folks. That's what was missing. Forgot about that.
I bet they're staring at the banjo player again, aren't they?
Yeah, no, this was our request. This was our request. I'm sorry about that. Didn't show on there. And and then get ready to sing, because we are not done with you folks yet. And if you're watching at home, we'll give you the keys. You can tune up your guitar and play along with us too. We'll cue you about that in a minute, all right? But first, this is a apropos one here.
This is a real piece of Americana. It was written by a real American hobo whose name was Fred Geis. Well, Fred thought he wrote it. Turns out that he had, yes, he had written the lyrics, but it seems that he had inadvertently misappropriated the music. But before they found that out, he did receive one big royalty check. And as any true hobo will do, he bought himself a 1959 yellow Cadillac convertible. And he drove it till he ran out of gas. And he parked it underneath a trestle in Denver, Colorado. And it said that up until his death a few years ago, he could still be seen there. Well, the lyrics in this song talk about the beauty of the state of California. I mean, what other state has as much beauty in so many varied ways and varied places as California? And that's what this song is about. So let's celebrate it.
Well, no matter where I wander, I know I'll always find a welcome. At the end of every journey, there'll be friendly people waiting. California would not hold me, though I love her timbered mountains, worked her fields and worked her orchards, up and down her central valleys.
I have driven open highways across the golden Utah Valley, and I watched the rivers gently gliding. I wave my hand to friendly people.
California would not hold me, though I love her timbered mountains, worked her fields and worked her orchards, up and down her central valleys.
Folks who know me call me a drifter. They don't know I'll stop my rambling. They don't know that someday, somewhere, somebody gonna make me settle down.
I'm going home, Lord, I'm going home. I'm going home, Lord, I'm going home. Well, no matter where I wander, I know I'll always find a welcome. At the end of every journey, there'll be friendly people waiting. California would not hold me, though I love her timbered mountain, worked her fields and worked her orchards, up and down her central valley. I'm going home. Thank you very much.
We'll reset microphones and do the grand finale. And I know you've heard this before, but roughly 2 minutes.
Just give us a couple minutes. They're going to.
Paul Gabrielson to the stage, please.
There he is.
This is your most important few moments coming up, folks. Don't hold back. If you've been waiting all night to sing, you're not going to embarrass yourself. Your neighbors all know what everything is about you, how you smell and everything, so you might as well sing. Okay, here we go.
Although this was specifically a Kingston Trio performance with our guests this evening, it was more generally inclusive of all of our guests. An evening of folk music. And while folk music presentation would be complete without something by Pete Seeger. Exactly. Yeah. Decades ago, we would sit around and we'd say to Pete, you know, Pete, you are the father of folk music in this country. And he would say, yeah, yes, I am. Well, the decades went past, and he continued to sing and perform and write songs and be the activist that he always was. And well into his 90s, we looked at Pete and we said, you know, Pete, you're the grandfather of folk music in this country. And he said, why, yes, I am. And we lost him a little over a year ago. And now we look up to Pete, not expecting his reply, but knowing that he has become the godfather of folk music in this country. So we would like to do this song. He wrote it back in the 1950s. He was reading a book entitled Quiet Flows the Dawn. And the words in that book were inspirational to him. He added words of his own, and he ended up with this song, which has become an anthem for all time.
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all
gentlemen, we'd like to introduce one other person right here. This is Mr. Henry Diltz of the Modern Folk Quartet.
Seems like some people snuck up on us while we were singing that last song. I don't know where they came from. Another one of those television miracles. You think we can get another song out of them? Yeah. If you're watching at home, this is in the key of G. If you want to tune up and join us too. Everybody here is singing, and we're just raising the roof and having a great time. That's what this group started doing in 1958. Started singing, and by now the whole world is joined in. So we're going to do one more, and you know it. I know you know it. The only thing you have to know about this song, if you don't, is they stole it from us. We didn't steal it from them.
Yay, we come on, Mr. John B. My grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night, got into a fight. When I feel so break up, I wanna go home. What's up to John B. said, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. When I feel so break up, I wanna go home.
Well, the first mate, he got drunk. He burned down the people's trucks. I passed up the hat to come and take him away. Sheriff John Stone,
Sheriff John Stone,
why don't you leave me alone?
leave me alone. When I feel so break up, I wanna go home. Hoist up the John B. sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. When I feel so break up, I wanna go home.
Well, the poor cook, he got the fits. Thrown away all of my grits. Then he went and he ate up all of my corn. I wanna go home. Oh, let me go home. Well, this is the worst trip since I've been born.
Hoist up the John B. sail, see how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. When I feel so break up, I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home.
Thank you very much. Special thanks to the Limeliters, Santa Christian, Henry Diltz, Josh Reynolds, Trini Lopez, Barry McGuire, and Al Jardine and Timothy B. Schmit. Thanks. Enjoy. See you at the meet.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience. We love you very much. You can go home now.